right, good evening and welcome to Futbol En Vivo on Club Deportes Season 2, Episode 28. We are every week on clubdeportes.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Futbol Austin. That's Futbol Austin. Follow Club Deportes at Club Deportes for all the latest and greatest sports news and commentary. Well, you have to go to a website that says Julio Cascante would never wear an FC Dallas jersey after an Austin FC defeat. That's clubdeportes.com. I am your host, Eric McCoy, and I'm not joined by David Alvarez. I'm not joined by Jorge Chavez. I am joined by the one, the only, the great, Laura Gallo. Gallo, the great. What's up, Laura? How's it going?
Hi, Eddie.
You're a returning guest. Guest. We don't have many returning guests on this show, but for whatever reason, you have decided to join us again for a second time. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, good. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me tonight. And, here, just enjoying with you guys.
Of course. We're happy to have you because it would be pretty boring if it was just me. I'd be talking to myself into that camera for an hour, and that would have been difficult. That would not have been fun. But okay, we got a lot to get to, Laura. So what have you been up to since we last had you on the show? I know you've got all kinds of credentials. You've been on Telemundo. You're a big-time star, big-time media star. But what have you been up to lately?
I'll try. Well, honestly, it's I've been covering Austin FC 2. I think.
And what do you think about Austin FC 2?
Oh, I love those guys.
They're great, right?
I enjoyed going every Friday or Sunday or whenever I have the opportunity to go and interview them. I appreciate the fact that all of them are available whenever I want to speak with them.
Oh, is that a little? You throwing some shots there at the Austin FC players? Always available. That's not exactly how I would describe the Austin FC players' media availability.
Well, you're Austin FC 1, so you're more. You have something to drag about. No,
what's it like talking to those players? Because they're pretty young guys, right?
So it's like talking to any other player.
Are they more nervous to talk to you than you would be to talk to them? Are they a little media shy, do you think?
I think it's mutual. I tell them, you are growing in this career and I am growing in this career too. So it's a mutual help, I will say. I really appreciate that Coach Brad always wants to talk to me and explain me about the game or other questions that I will have.
Interesting you say that. Yeah. I don't know. Again, maybe a difference there between Austin FC 1 and Austin FC 2.
No, big time. The vibe is also completely different. It's more relaxed, more laid back. And I appreciate every moment that the guys give me. I really do because like I say, we both grow to each other's careers. So it works out.
That is awesome. I think that is a great way to put it. You're growing in media, doing excellent, and they also growing
in their
career and doing quite well at it as well, I would say.
So it's been amazing. I've been doing that. Of course, I go to Austin FC games like I did this weekend. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you had a fun time.
I did.
With your experience. We're going to get to that. But
because you didn't.
Because I did not have a fun time.
Behind the screen.
Yes. Watching this match on TV, here's what I wrote down when I was thinking I was going to be talking to David and Jorge. I just wrote, well, that sucked. That is how I was going to introduce the game.
That's how I felt it.
Because it was a pretty boring game, and then all of a sudden it just kind of unraveled towards the end.
I agree.
But before we get into the specifics of the match itself, yes, you got to actually cover this match as media. And you were telling me a little bit about your experience before we started recording tonight. Just kind of tell the audience what that was like up there in FC Dallas, an away match where you're a member of the media covering the team. Just what was that experience like?
They treat us really well. Thank you so much to the FC Dallas team, communications team. We actually get in, and then they have a buffet, which... It was amazing.
So more than just a sandwich. Food. More than just a sandwich.
Oh yeah, they have warm food. It was delicious. Also, in halftime, they will bring us cookies with ice cream. We get to eat popcorn. It was great. As soon as we arrived, it was kind of cool because we arrived and then we have our names and then they have a HEB bag with a $25 gift card. There was snacks on it. this pay that it was part of the whatchamacallit,
the Star Wars night, right?
Star Wars
Yeah.
night. And then the cool thing though is the fact that I was be able to record video anywhere at the stadium.
Wow.
So I actually got to like record video walking with the people. Also, I record Los Verdes, La Murga, all the supporters section of Austin that went there. It was quite a bit.
Oh yeah, it was
it was a
very
lot of
big. Yeah,
people.
it looked very impressive on TV.
Yeah, and then after that, I went to the El Matador. So I get to see both.
Checking out
So
the
then-
enemy, Laura.
yeah,
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
It was amazing. The fact that I was be able to have the credential and not be like, oh, can I go here? Can I go there? It was free for the stadium, and that it's kind of cool as media because the more you walk, the more you see, the more video, the more content you actually get, and that's
So you
that
think
was a
that that's a
very
big deal, right? The increased access, I think, gives better content to the fans, and
Oh,
I think also gives
absolutely.
you a better perspective. I think
That's
as a
El
media member.
Matador right there. I actually took that video, and then those are the guys of Boston FC. I actually walked the whole entire thing. It was kind of funny. I woke up yesterday and I was like, why my legs hurt so much? I was going up and down.
That looks a
the
little
whole
steep
entire
there.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was hot too. So I'm like, oh my goodness, these guys are like just singing the whole entire game. It was really hot in that moment. I was just sweating.
Who was more impressive, Matador or Los Verdes in this game?
I cannot be. Can I be unbiased right now? Well, they have different styles. So
A
I
different
don't,
style.
Yeah, I mean, all the stadium will go
Oftentimes,
with
their
with
style
whatever.
is to not show up to the games at all, which is a pretty interesting approach.
It was pretty. It was
But
pretty
this
busy.
this game
It was
did look packed. To be fair.
18,200 of what the media people told us. No, it was quite a bit. It was quite a bit.
Okay.
El Matador will see something, and then the stadium will follow. Yeah, I mean, I was actually be able to hear La Murga, Los Verdes, like in the stadium, but yeah, it was fun. It was the atmosphere was fun. I don't know what I was expecting, but as a media, I got treated very well. For the very first time, I went to an MLS away game outside of Q2, so that was also another cool thing to experiment. And not only that, we had access to the locker room,
So
which we don't get access here.
no.
I was be able to actually walk. Of course, very professionally. There's guys that are like there hanging out, and then you just can grab whoever you want to talk to. And
So how
I
many
thought that
players
was-
did you get to talk to after this game?
Well, from Dallas, two,
Okay.
including Arriola on those two.
Oh, nice.
And then from Austin FC, thank you so much for the very first time we had 5 players stopping by.
I mean, you do not see that at
No.
the home game at all.
No,
You're
no,
lucky
no,
if you
no,
get 3.
yes.
Usually it's just 2.
And we appreciate the fact that they stop and talk to us. It was a tough loss. We know that.
Yeah, they
But-
probably did not want to talk in that
At
moment.
all, but kudos to all of them. To Gallagher, spoke with Ricky. Ricky was able to speak with Gallagher, Bruin, and I forgot his last name, the new guy.
Memo Rodriguez?
Memo. While he was talking to them, we actually were at the Dallas, so we cannot have it all, like. Thank you so much to Emiliano Rigoni that stopped by, Stuver that he
That's
passed
the
by and then
nicest
he
thing
went
that
back.
anyone has said about Emiliano Rigoni on this show. So that little thank you you said
Jorge
right there.
too. Jorge said it earlier too.
Okay, on his show maybe. On this show, Futbol En Vivo, we usually don't have nice things to say about Rigoni.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no, he's such a gentleman. The question I asked him, it was I appreciate he answered very honest. I was like,
Okay.
how what do you think was your role on the game? And then he was actually told me, hey, the first half I did it very great. The second half, not much. And hey, like when a person tells you that, it's just.
You appreciate that honesty as a member of the media, right?
Of course. And like again, it's not for me, it's for the fans, Ethan Finley stopped by, he like explained us. I asked him about what happened after that red card. What were the indications, not only from Wolf, but the whole entire staff, technical staff, because I saw they talked to them, not only Josh, but like all his assistant coaches too. So yeah, it was nice. We have 5 people stopping it. Couldn't believe it. But
that is awesome. Okay, one final question about your experience there before we get into the nitty gritty on the match, and this show takes a very depressing turn. But on this journey up there, Laura, you went with two of my favorite people on the Austin FC media scene. The great Jorge Iturralde, a legend in this business, and of course Richie from the great Otra Por Favor show podcast. So, what was that experience like, traveling to and from Dallas with these two gentlemen?
We didn't even feel the trip. We were like, okay, we're here already? What?
Wow. Okay.
We were just talking about personal stuff, too. And
stuff that we surely cannot discuss on air here tonight.
No, that's not going to
That might get us banned from YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't want that. Don't want that.
No, we had so much fun. We actually be able to speak about the team, to speak about us, to speak about, like, it was just like, it was very good. And sometimes Jorge will forget and he will like speed more, and I'm like
not Jorge.
But we have fun. We actually got to see the birthdays, the whole entire buses at Booksies.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So yeah, it was amazing. It was great. We have fun, and yeah, it was a cool trip.
I'm very happy you enjoyed your Saturday evening, Laura.
Yeah.
Because watching this match on TV.
On the drone show, too.
Oh, Star Wars
God.
Night. Star Wars
yes,
night
it was, we were like, it was amazing. That was, like, amazing. And the cool thing about it is...
I don't know if that's Star Wars related there.
Yeah, that's Oprah. But no, it was great as Oprah, the show. It was amazing. We saw it, and everybody was just like, like all the families with their kids and everything. When there was a yellow card, they would like have the sounds of Star Wars. Like,
really?
Like with their like the radio kind of thing, and they'll be like, yellow card for da 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 da. But like they make the whole entire night being like that. So
okay.
I thought that was kind of cool.
That's good, because it was that was probably a lot more entertaining than what we saw on the field, particularly in that first half. That was look at this.
Yes.
Look at that. That actually is pretty cool.
Yeah,
it
was all drones. Nice. It was amazing.
So that's all drones doing that right there.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Wow.
And with a bunch of figures. It was like about 20 minutes show.
Wow.
Or so. Yeah, it was really cool.
And you guys stay for the full show?
Oh yeah, we did. And then maybe like 5 minutes before it was ended, the coach of FC Dallas, he started talking, so we kind of saw the whole. I kind of saw the whole thing.
And that's just the kind of comprehensive coverage you get on Club Deportes TV, right here. This kind of where else are you getting this right here? I mean, this is wonderful stuff. But unfortunately, Laura, that's kind of where the fun.
Say the same.
That's kind of where the fun stops tonight. Is that little highlight right there? So let's get into the game itself. You want to start with the lineup, and then we can get into the highlights. Does that sound like a good plan for you?
Yeah.
Okay, looks like Gio, the producer, is giving me a little sign back there. So
no, but I agree with you. Mm-hmm. The first half, it was boring.
So were you able to stay awake during that? Because I had a hard time.
I was just like, there were not that many arrives from any other team. Like,
I think there was one shot total in the first half. That was it. Alex Ring had a shot, and I know the FC Dallas did not have any shots, and that was it.
It was pretty like steady.
There was not a lot going on.
Well, not accordingly to Josh, right?
Okay, I wrote this quote down. I want to get to that in a minute. Once we get to the highlights, but I want to get your thoughts on that quote, because I certainly have some thoughts, and I saw Twitter had some thoughts as well. So that'll be interesting to get into.
I'm pretty sure Twitter has.
They had a lot of thoughts on it.
They always have.
Indeed. Okay, that's what we're looking for right there. The starting 11. What do you think about this starting 11 here, Lloyd? Anything stand out to you? Of course, we had Sebastian Driussi playing as the center forward. That's a little unusual.
Yeah, no nines.
Yeah,
Like we
no
were talking
nines. You could
earlier.
say no nine. Yeah, that would be fair. I don't really
It kind of
think
surprised me, Owen Wolf being so upfront.
he was very advanced
Like
in this game.
super.
Did you like that?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Tell us how you really feel, Laura.
if there was any options, I think it would have showed up in the game, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't. So,
Yeah, I don't think that is his best position. I think Owen is really good at kind of transitioning the ball from deeper areas into more advanced positions, but once he gets to the final third, he still has some developing to do.
Yeah.
Very young guy, only 18. I'm sure he can work on this element
absolutely.
of his game.
No, he has a bright future. Nobody will negate that.
Yeah, exactly. In this game, wasn't the best, was
Yeah,
it?
no.
So, I got a couple of thoughts here, Laura, about this starting 11. You know, you're missing Driussi Zardes, right? And so that necessitates you playing Driussi as the number 9.
Correct.
Or false 9, if you will.
Yeah.
I wonder, in a match like this, we saw it earlier in the season, the back five, where you get those wing backs, Gallagher, Lundqvist whenever he was playing out there, and to get those attackers forward and maybe look to create more attacking threat in the wide areas when you're lacking a true center forward up top like a Driussi Zardes. I just think doing something a little different in a match like this may have been the right call. And that's one of the things that frustrates me about Josh, is that he kind of just always sticks to the same script, and we don't see enough variation.
The other teams see it. Although Jorge asked him about the fact that we didn't have a 9, and then he was surprised. He said
he was surprised. Yeah. Okay, I mean, I get Driussi. I think is still working his way back from injury. I guess can't play a full 90, so I guess that's why we saw Driussi playing in that role. But yeah, I just think
I didn't see him comfortable.
No, he didn't.
He wasn't finding himself. And
no.
You know, players like Driussi, you gotta give that freedomness of being on the field and do what he actually does. That is like get that ball and then put it on the net.
And the issue is whenever he is like Driussi has a lot of freedom in the attack. He can kind of go where he wants. And the issue is whenever he is the striker and he's going wherever he wants, then you have no striker in the box. So he may get on the ball in a good area, but then there's no one in the area where the striker should be. And so the attack just fizzles out. And I think really Jesus Ferrer, I think was a big miss for FC Dallas in this game.
That's what we were saying. If he would have get in, I don't know what it would have happened.
Yeah, I fear that this game may have not gone. It may have gone even worse than what it already did. Okay, can we get the highlights rolling here, Gio? Can we? This is gonna be a tough watch. I don't know if I want to relive this just yet, Laura.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's a good attitude.
Hopefully they get to see these and then they work on it.
Yes, indeed.
There you go. So that's your 4.
Yeah. So I guess the 4-3-3.
I would have put Gallagher and Lima a little bit up.
Yeah.
Just to create more action in the half field.
That's kind of what.
Like I will push more for those corridors.
Absolutely.
For the ball.
Absolutely, and that is why I like the 3-4-3. Whenever you add that extra center back, which then I think gives the fullbacks or the wing backs there more opportunities to get forward.
And I think that's the reason why we didn't see as much action as we would like to. You know, that more like Lima could have been a little bit more up. He would be able to do a pass or something that will create that action in the field, you know. So yeah, definitely I would have just pushed them just a tiny bit more, just to create that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is one of the
because
things
Gallagher and Lima are great for that.
I think
those guys are creators. They can see the balls and then they can pass them for something. I don't know.
I mean, Gallagher is one of the biggest goal scoring threats on this team this season. That's not
he
necessarily a good
that
thing.
one. I was just like, oh my goodness.
This is pretty ambitious from Ethan right here, isn't it?
But that was beautiful. At least he tried. At least there was something trying to go into that net. I honestly believe that, I agree with Rigoni. I think he did a really good, look at the very...
That was
the
good.
Beginning of the game. He was actually good.
I think his set piece delivery in this match was really poor. Rigoni. I think that was a problem because Austin FC got a lot of set pieces, corner kicks, and it just his delivery was off. And usually I think that's one of the better elements of his game is his set piece delivery. But in this match, I just don't think it was up to par.
For me, the man of the match for if you ask me, for Austin FC was Ring. Until he got pulled out, of course. But he did an amazing job. Like I saw him, and he was going left to right, right to left. Like he was.
You like him back in midfield? Like
he was like all over. Like you know, like that. Damn, that's the kind of thing I missed. You know.
Whenever he's playing center back, you don't get this all action version of Alex.
He's amazing. He's just like amazing on that position. I really like it.
Now, any complaints here on this red card, Laura?
Sebas, you should have shown up earlier.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. We good?
Okay. It was so necessity. Like Pereira,
he's got to be better. He's got to be smarter there.
You know better than that. I actually on the second yellow card, I got upset. Like I stand up and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
You're
like,
not supposed to show emotion in the press box, Laura. They frown upon that.
I acted and then I stand up and then I went to grab popcorn because I gave up. I was just like, oh great. No, I think he could have handled it better. Yes, there was other player that whatever I don't even want to mention in FC Dallas that he was playing rough and everything, but Pereira was still. So I think it was so necessary because, and I'm gonna tell you why. This wasn't the kind of game for that. It was not. It was not a. I don't know. It wasn't rough enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna get 2 yellow cards. I know he's in the game. I know he puts it all, and I really like him. And I know he gives it all in every game. But sometimes you gotta think about with cold mind instead of passion and or like, you know.
Absolutely.
And I understand. I mean, in the field, that may happen. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Danny Perry is one of my favorite players to watch consistently. I really, really enjoy. I just wrote an article for the wonderful ClubDeportes.com praising Danny Perry, and when I mentioned his, disciplinary record, I kind of talked about it in the past tense, as though this was a problem that he had gotten over this season. No. Apparently not. Apparently he's still got some growth to do there.
And I honestly think that Josh Wolf should have put him out.
Okay, there's a lot of people that did suggest that.
Yellow card. Like, I'm not saying he always gets 2 yellow cards in one game. I'm not saying that, but if you have a player that has that repetitive or like maybe at least two times that has happened, take him out. Take him out, let him breathe, let him like put somebody else, put fresh legs. It was hot that day. It was so hot. It was like, and I know that he might be able to handle it. I'm not saying he can't, but just pull him out, and then don't risk the whole entire team to not have one man and then have to move the whole entire formation and move your man.
Yeah, I do understand that argument, and obviously in hindsight that would have been the right decision to take him out, but Danny Burr, I think he is such a crucial player in this team, and he's picked up yellows before and not gotten second yellows in matches. And I think if you're Josh Wolf, you have to trust one of your best players to just be smarter in that situation.
But also as a coach, you gotta read your players too.
So you think Wolf should have seen an indication that Danny's head's not all the way in this, and that mistake is coming.
Yeah.
That he needs to preemptively go in and take him out to avoid that. Because obviously in a match like this, tight match, not a whole lot in it, a red card is fatal, really.
It hurt the whole team. I mean, yes, they will be able to hold it until the very last minute, but it's still, I feel like that would have prevented, I don't know. Something. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It didn't happen, so we don't know what could have happened. Whatever.
Okay, but we're talking about the guy right here, Josh Wolf. You alluded to this earlier, Laura. There was a quote, Josh Wolf in the post-match press conference.
I didn't see it because
you were busy talking to all the players.
Yeah, we were doing all this thing, and then by the time we arrived there, he was gone.
Okay, so you're busy hanging out with Rigoni. You're hanging out with
all of them, except
Will Bruin, all the players. But Josh Wolf, when he was speaking, I actually pulled this from the excellent Verde All Day newsletter from Phil West. If you have the means, subscribe. It's very good. So this is where I got this quote from. This is from Josh Wolf, post-match press conference. He says, he's getting philosophical here, Josh. He goes, if a team deserved 3 points, it was us. He said, I think we had pretty good control of this game in the first half. Even in the second half, even down a guy, we didn't give up a lot. What do you think about that, Laura?
I disagree.
You do?
I do because...
So does quite a few people on Twitter.
Just accept you messed up. How hard... And this is not the first time I said this. This is the second time I'm with you, and then I'm telling you again. Accept that you got a mistake. That's okay. We're humans. Whoever can get a mistake. It doesn't... I never heard Josh Wolf saying, I might messed up on this and da.
Yeah,
like Emiliano did with
agree.
me. Just say it.
Do you think...
I don't agree with that quote because... First half, it was boring. It was the ball was for both of the teams. Both of the teams. I mean, I'm sorry. Or maybe I was watching something else. I don't know.
It was very boring. Very boring.
But come on. Don't say the first half was
yours.
I wish I
was
because
watching Messi.
You maybe got two tries.
There was... Okay, I don't know if you're into the XG stuff, but... in terms of expected goals, it was 0.65 for FC Dallas, 0.56 for Austin FC. That means there wasn't a whole lot in this game.
So
it was you had half a goal.
I am right about that.
You are 100% right.
I saw the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I don't agree. That ball was for both of the teams in the first half. The second half, maybe you have a little bit more control until you got the red card. So then everything went change, of course. But
yeah,
I don't agree. I mean, accept that you messed up. I don't understand how hard is that.
Do you think that? I mean, obviously you've seen the Wolf Out movement. It's really gaining a lot of steam these days. Do you think that this is part of it? These post-match comments like this. Do you think this really gets the fan base annoyed when they see this? Do you think that's like? Because really, if you look at it, I mean, Austin FC were. In the Western Conference Final last season, that's pretty good. They're still in a playoff spot, barely, right now. But, it's like they're not terrible, but there are so many people that want this guy gone. Do you think this is part of it? This kind of like arrogance, this kind of reluctance to admit, fault? Do you think that's a part of why people dislike him so much?
I agree the fact that you gotta learn. You gotta learn. He's new on being a coach, and I get that. It's 3 years are not enough, I think. But yes, part of me, I feel like that being not open to criticism or like not even accept yourself that you messed up. It's part of growing. Like, honestly,
it is, right?
When I produced the show at Telemundo and then Daniel was my boss, he will be like, hey, these lower thirds were not making sense or stuff like that. I took that background as like, hey, good, I can grow and then make myself better and then put it out there. He was a soccer player too. So like sometimes I feel like he doesn't understand the other soccer players. Maybe it's different behind the locker doors. But I think that because of that stubbornness, that's why people it's okay to be stubborn, but give results. But if you don't give results, that's when people are going to be judging with you.
I think the fan base would have appreciated so much more if he just came out and said, hey, look, this wasn't good enough. We didn't play well enough. We have to be better. Let's look forward to Seattle. Just come out and say that instead of saying, we were the better team.
Be more specific, though. Be more specific. I feel like, yeah, you can say that, but at the same time, you know what mistakes you got.
Okay,
and you know what is the worst thing?
What is the worst thing?
When I interviewed Mazatlan's coach, he knew. He's like, oh, we've been studying them, and then this is this mistakes, and then we knew that we got to cover Fagundes. We knew that because they're the ones that move the ball, Valencia. And then I'm like, your rivals see this. It's not like it's a secret for them.
Well, it goes back to
they started you. That's part of being of the game.
It goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the starting 11. Try something a little different here. You got injuries. Let's try something different instead of just rolling out the same approach.
I feel like soccer is like a strategy game too. It's not only about soccer and put it all and run for the ball.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. You also have to have a strategy. And I feel like sometimes that strategy lacks a little on him.
Creativity, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's because maybe he needs more experience. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
This is interesting. So you were at the game, so you didn't hear this. I know a lot of people were at this game. So there were a ton of people that didn't actually get the Apple TV broadcast. But in the broadcast, they did mention that I guess they had just kind of asked Josh Wolf about St. Louis City. They just came off a 6-3 defeat to St. Louis City. And they just asked him a question saying, hey, like, you know, you played them the first game of the season. You just played them. How have they developed? And apparently in his answer, Josh Wolf started talking about, oh, well, we had to play 7 games on the road to start our first season, and kind of got defensive as though the question was like, why weren't you better in year one like St. Louis City is? It's like, man, they're not even talking about Austin FC. Just say a couple nice things about St. Louis City. Why are you being so defensive here? Like, to me, it just shows a guy that's a little insecure, maybe? Maybe that's the word?
Or maybe over-secure. To me, it's over-secure.
Well, yeah.
That, for me, it is. It's like, no, I'm doing it right. I know what I'm doing. So that kind of...
Absolutely. I should say...
And maybe, I don't know. Personally, he's different. I don't know. All I'm saying is what I see as a DT. That TD. Yeah. Technical director. Me and my English.
Hey, I should say I'm not necessarily Wolf out. I
am if he doesn't give results. And I told them, if you have a coach that has been 3 years, yes, I get it's a process, like Rado say, and then that it's not giving results as you would like, and then let's say they don't make it to playoffs. You gotta take that note. I feel.
Now here's the question. I had this thought. I'm a big runner, Laura. I like to run, and I was out running yesterday. It was very hot yesterday, so I may have been hallucinating when I had this thought. So just take this with a pinch of salt here. But again, I'm not a Wolf out guy, but I did have this thought. Austin FC, if they were to dismiss Josh Wolf before the end of the season, I don't think they will.
No, before no.
I don't think there's any way.
No.
But if they were, what do you think about the idea of Rodolfo Borrell, sporting director / interim head coach? Like, he comes down for like the last 5-6 games of the season, gets to spend some time working with Driussi, working with Danny Pereira, Owen Wolf, the young players on this team. We've seen this before in Europe. Ralph Rangnick, sporting director for Leipzig in Germany, they would fire a coach mid-season. He would come down from the sporting director box and actually coach the team for the rest of the season. So there is some precedent for a scenario like this. Would that be something that would interest you?
We don't know. It's something.
I don't think it would ever happen, but I just want to throw that thought out there.
It's something that it could play in your favor. It can be worse. Recently, my home team, América de Cali, got rid of their coach, which I still don't understand why.
So you're not someone who just always says fire the coach.
No.
Okay.
No.
We should make that clear.
No. And then they didn't make it well, but the impact that he was doing in the locker room, he united them because they were divided. He united them and everything. And then he was just gone. And now it's just a disaster. Like, they
Be careful what you wish for sometimes.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. So that's why I say it's better just to wait until the last end of the season. Try to see if maybe you can find somebody else, or see, what is best for you and your team.
Okay, so
we don't know what's going on in that locker room with the players and him. We don't know if they're... Clearly, the vibe, every time we go there, it's not the same as it used to.
It wasn't the same as last season.
No. Last season, we will arrive there, and then they have music, and then everybody's smiling, and then they were singing. I'm like, ooh, I love that playlist and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
This season, it's quiet. Very quiet. Like, so, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, obviously
we don't know what is behind those locker rooms.
Yeah, and obviously it helps last season the team was winning, so a little easier to be, listening to music, having a party vibe than when you're losing this season.
Yeah, but why you have that connection?
Exactly.
So something to me, something happened that same vibe and that same thing, it's not
It's
there
what comes
anymore.
first, the losing or the bad vibes. Do the bad vibes cause the losing? I think that's a question that's worth asking.
That's something that we don't know.
Exactly. That's the $1 million question right now. Okay, I think
which is fine. I agree that we don't know because, as a coach, you got to keep that in your locker room with your players. So I'm not criticizing that, but we don't know. We don't know what's going on.
Exactly. There are some things Futbol En Vivo does not know. Not many, but there are a few. So I think we actually have some footage of some people that didn't talk complete nonsense after this game. I think we have Brad Stuver. And who's the other one that we got, Laura? Was it Finley? Ethan Finley. All right. Okay. So can we roll those interviews here, Gio? Can we get those going?
About a reaction after the St. Louis game, and I think we came in here and we showed a reaction, and it was good. I think there in the first half we were controlled. We weren't giving up a lot defensively. We were creating enough offensively that probably should have created a couple more good chances on goal. But the red card is what it is. It changes how we need to play, and this game is cruel. I mean, we go down, Johnny hits crossbar, and then a minute later they score in the 90 plus whatever. And it's gut-wrenching for all of us. It's the second time this year that we've played Dallas and taken a red card, and they've beaten us in the last minute, and it's disappointing. But I know just kind of with the Leagues Cup exit with St. Louis last week, this kind of just comes on the tail end of a couple games where we're in a little bit of a dip, and the big positive that I'll take away from it is the guys didn't give up, they didn't quit. We didn't come into this game and just kind of go belly up and say we're not going to compete, we're not going to do that. I think the guys grinded, I think the guys put in a hell of a shift, and at the end of it, like you said, getting the loss is it's tough, it sucks.
This game was, as you say, it was like a roller coaster. How you guys kept, because the first 20 minutes, it was like Dallas practically was suffocated. So how do you guys can keep 90 minutes if it's too hard, especially with the weather and this kind of intensity?
No, I think we were controlling everything up until we took the red card. When you're playing a man-to-man, things change. You have to change formation, you have to change personnel, and you have to get a little bit more creative in how you defend and how you attack and how you kill off a game. And it's tough, especially in this league. They're going to throw everything forward. You can see that Tafari is in the box at the very end of the game because he's a center back and they want to win at home. So it's very difficult. And like I said, I'm so proud of the guys and the way that they've worked and grinded, and to leave here with no points is disappointing.
Yeah, it's extremely disappointing. I thought as a group tonight we played well. We knew this was going to be a tough game. We grinded it out. It wasn't always pretty. But yeah, it's a cruel game. And we played 96 minutes and 45 seconds tonight. And unfortunately, they made a play in the end and came away with 3 points. The motivation is we have a quick turnaround. A big game on Wednesday against a really good team in Seattle. And if you sit here and dwell on one game, I think that's what I was most proud of tonight. Is we had a tough outing, obviously, last weekend in St. Louis, and the reaction and the response tonight I thought was incredible. I thought there was a level of commitment, 11 guys behind the ball playing as one unit, and we're unfortunate not to come out with 3 points tonight. That's the crazy part about that. We hit the crossbar in the last minute of the game as well, so this game could have gone another way, but. We don't have any other option but go forward, right? And a big game at home at Q2 on Wednesday.
It's frustrating. I think the guys deserve much more out of that. If a team deserved 3 points, it was us. I think we had pretty good control of this game first half, even second half, even down a guy. We didn't give up a whole lot, but the guy's spirit and commitment after taking the red. It's a red card. It's a second yellow. Obviously, he let the play go, but. It's a turning point in the game, and it's in the end it probably has a way of affecting the game. But the guy's spirit, character, the grit, the grind, They worked incredibly hard, and they gave up very little. And we deserve to take the points, but this is what the game is. It's cruel. It's 90 minutes and then some. And we're unfortunate. We're really unfortunate and frustrated. Obviously disappointed to not come away with a point and or even 3 points.
Big stuff there, Laura. And it should be noted, the Stuver and Finley comments there, Futbol En Vivo exclusive. You heard it here first. I said we're going to hear something that wasn't nonsense. I apologize, because I think I still heard quite a bit of nonsense being talked there. Yeah, you mentioned while we were listening to this, Laura, that you think that this was, particularly Stuver and Finley, this was kind of them repeating what I guess Wolf must have told them post-match, after the game in the locker room. And that's a little troubling to me, because I think it's one thing if he wants to try and sell us, the media, on, they were the better team in this game. I'm not going to buy it. You're not going to buy it. I don't think anybody in the media that I know is going to buy it. But it's quite another thing if he really believes this, and this is a message he's trying to sell his players, because, man, it just has to be better. What do you think watching that footage there, Laura?
Yeah, no, like I told you, I don't know. I don't know what they're saying, honestly, because outside and being objectively speaking, we did not see that. We if you hear the FC Dallas coach, he'd say exact same thing. He said that they at the beginning they were like a little running like slow, but that they also had control. And then later they came and then they did better. So
can I say?
So it means that didn't you say that the statistics were like?
It was pretty much like a half goal each for as far as XG goes, and I think it should. Okay, so yeah, FC Dallas did not create many chances. Should be noted, FC Dallas, they are 22nd in MLS in goals per 90, and that is with Jesus Ferreira. So you're talking about a team that is bad at scoring already, even with their top striker and Jesus Ferreira playing without their best striker. So I don't think you get a ton of kudos for stopping this team from being a threat on goal. And really, to me, this sport, football, it's about two things. It's about creating chances and preventing chances. And yeah, Austin FC, they prevented chances in this game, but they did not create chances at any degree at any degree that would be considered successful.
Like, I don't think I saw the FC Dallas coach saying they were very attacking us or whatever. Like I didn't hear that from Nico. Like I just didn't. So
yeah, I would be surprised if he did say that. Okay, so I think that there is one other thing I really want to make sure we get to. It's about our captain, Sebastian Driussi. Now we have some footage that Club Deportes has prepared for us, and so this was I think immediately after the red card that was shown to Danny Perr. Okay, here we go. So there is.
He come after. He didn't even. I don't think he realized he got a red card. I don't think he was like that much paying attention, and then he came, like to ask what's going on. But he's like, well, the first person that was there talking to the judge was Cascante. So, come on, Seba.
I want to put it again.
So okay, we're gonna roll this again here, and I think the key thing when we're watching this to understand is that as a captain, you're the one that talks to the referee. Technically, in the rules, I think it is just supposed to be the captain.
That's how it is everywhere, everywhere.
And so there it is right there. Then you see Cascante.
Cascante is the first one. Then he comes to Pereira. Oh, Driussi.
That just is coming up. And here comes Driussi.
He's
finally.
Like, what do
Take a little Saturday night stroll.
And then he's.
And then, oh boy, what's going on here?
Okay, what? Oh, Roja? Oh, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
So.
Come on, and we know Driussi can speak English. We know. Well, he tried. I don't know.
but the key here is that as a captain, it is your responsibility.
Say en español, no importa.
Yeah, I'm sure. So,
just go and defend your teammate.
That's
why you're captain.
Exactly. And so that's a problem. And if he doesn't know, if he's not dialed into the game enough to know that when a yellow is shown to Denny Pereira, that is his second yellow, and that it means he he is gone. You're going to have to play the rest of the match with just 10 men.
Try to fight it.
Exactly. You need to be dialed into the game to know that, Pereira just picked up a second yellow. I need to go talk to the referee and at least, give my case.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it was a pretty... It was to be clear. But as the captain, you got to do something there. At the very least, just to show your teammates
support
that you have support.
That you have that
back.
leadership. Yeah,
the leadership.
Exactly.
So overall, even beyond this particular instance, Laura, do you think Driussi has fulfilled his duties as captain well this season?
No, I like Green.
Oh, okay. Well, Ring is much more of
when you think about Capitan, you feel the leadership, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually watching a docu-series in Amazon about the Colombian national team, and you should see David Ospina, which is the goalkeeper. And be like, all right, let's go, and I totally see. I can see Ring doing that. I can see him like, come on, but I don't see the.
You don't see that from Driussi,
no,
do you?
Because and I'm not saying this is bad. Maybe the language could be a barrier, and that's something that maybe might affect. But it's look at that.
Whoa! I think we just saw Jorge Chavez' burner account there. Look at that.
We don't know that. Wow, merchant side? What?
You got some shopping to do after the show, Laura.
No. I'm not like that. I'm not wolf out like that.
Okay, because I've said I'm not.
No, that's pretty.
Royal even getting in on the fun. Wow.
That's pretty rough.
Wow,
look at Thomas.
That was Fagundes' dad right there.
Wow. Oh. No. I am not like that, but that's people are very over the top.
Okay, so actually, that we can go ahead and transition into looking forward to the week ahead, because we got a couple of big matches here.
If they lose, I don't know what can happen with that wolf out.
Well, here's the question I have. Obviously, the next home match is going to be 7:30 Wednesday, Q2 Stadium against Seattle Sounders, third place in the Western Conference. So tough opponents. In terms of the wolf out, do you think we'll see visible displays from the fans expressing that wolf out, that kind of anger? Do you think we'll see that?
I do have a feeling, yes.
You think so? To what degree? Do you think we're gonna see a lot of that? Do you think it's gonna be small?
No, but I think there is gonna be something. I have a feeling that there is gonna be people are not happy, and you have the right to not be happy when the coach is not creating. Mm-hmm. Things.
So I know you're going to be at this game, Laura. If you see a lot of wolf out, are you going to ask about that in the press conference?
Oh yeah, I already have a question for Josh Wall.
So you've got a question prepared. Okay.
I've been wanting to ask that question for quite a bit.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll keep it a secret. You got to tune into the YouTube after the game. You want to hear Laura's question, but
I do have it. They have a website. Yeah, I heard about that.
Visit our e-commerce.
Look at that.
Oh, well, you get a hat. You can get a little sticker. You get some stickers.
Well, they're definitely taking advantage of
only
this
$4,
movement, right?
Look at that. That's quite a steal.
Oh my gosh!
I might have to become wolf out just for the merch. I mean, this is some good looking stuff here.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, yeah. No, I'm not that wolf out that much. No, I'm very honestly, as a lover of soccer, and I will be more objective than that. I just think it's kind of funny though.
It is a little funny.
Yeah, I mean,
say, yeah.
but I'm not like that. Like
you're not gonna show up.
No,
so,
wearing wolf out. No.
When you come back for your third Futbol En Vivo appearance, Laura, I can't expect to see you in the wolf out hat, the wolf out shirt, the wolf out stickers all over you.
No.
Not happening.
No.
Okay.
No,
that's probably
I
a
promise.
good thing. In terms
I'm
of...
not like that. I'm not like that. I'm super like.
Oh,
holy
what?
What? Gio, por el amor de Dios.
Oh boy. Okay.
Dios mío.
We're trying to be a family show here. Look what happened. The producer just. I can only do so much. I can only do so much.
Gosh.
Here. Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
Producer got to make sure to keep the business and personal time separate back there. So that's
sorry.
You gotta.
That was what happened there. I am so sorry.
I hope
Why these
people
things
are
happen
watching
to
long
me?
enough this week to see that.
Oh,
That
God.
is
God,
excellent,
that was
excellent
funny.
stuff. Okay,
Oh, my gosh.
in terms of
That
the
was-
actual.
Let's move.
I've been flustered. I have been flustered here. But in terms of the actual action on the pitch, not on the web, but on the pitch, what do you expect to see this week? We got Seattle at Q2 on Wednesday.
Honestly, I have a feeling that Austin's gonna lose 1-0.
1-0, huh? So
Again.
that wonderful control that Austin FC had.
No, I'm
against...
sorry. I said it tight. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the 1-0 from the weekend. No, I'm sorry.
We're all a little
that got
flustered.
me distracted.
We're all a little flustered.
That I say it was gonna be a tie. I'm sorry.
That is okay. So you got a tie against
Tie,
Seattle, but
yeah.
now there's also a pretty tricky fixture coming up on the weekend. On Saturday, Austin FC are traveling to New England, 6:30 kickoff, and New England also third in their conference, third in the East. How do you see this one going? This is a tough week here, really. It really is.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I don't know. That one, I don't know. That one is tricky for me.
Yeah.
I want to see them on Wednesday and then kind of like.
Okay, so
see
you
what-
don't pick two matches at once. You go one match at a time.
Yeah. I
Okay.
kind of want to see what they're gonna watch during these days that they have, and try to see what they're gonna work on.
Mm-hmm.
Try to give the chance to Wolf to maybe get something different, throw a card there that maybe we don't see it. You know, sometimes I don't agree with this. Sometimes he does that, and people like, but why? But why you put this? Why are you trying to experiment? It's like, come on, people. You're asking him to be creative, but also you don't let him have sometimes the chance to do so. So
Sometimes the wolf out movement can be a little unfair. It can be a little unfair
like,
at times.
no, let him be. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Call it right now. Don't wait until like you get a red card or something to move some of your players. So
Exactly.
So there is the Austin Seattle.
I mean, this is, I think, a real season-defining week for Austin FC. They are.
The three games that are coming up. Portland, everybody's saying Portland is not doing good, but they always win here.
They are a
Q2.
tricky team.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh.
Notably, they have parted ways with their manager, Gio Savarese. So that's
Who
something.
knows? Who
That's
knows?
something there. But yeah, then we got the New York Red Bulls, LA Galaxy, the Diego Fagundes derby right there. So it all gets
the
pretty
very first
interesting.
time.
Yeah, so it's.
Oh man,
But I think these next two
don't
games
know.
very important.
Crucial.
Absolutely,
They need if they get the 3 points at home, which is that's what they should do, and then get a tie
So you think
in
4
the
points
England.
would be a good week for Austin FC?
compared to what they're playing currently.
They're getting 0 points right now.
Exactly. I think that it will be.
Okay, I agree with you. I think 4 points from this week, I would consider it a success.
Not success, but like good. Like good. Okay.
Good enough.
You still
Good
have the chance. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. Because you're starting to slip down the playoff standings. We came back from the League's Cup break. Austin FC in 5th. They're now in 9th. Minnesota right behind them actually have a match in hand, so they could very easily be slipping out of the playoffs.
Yeah. And I think Dallas is missing a game too.
They might be. I don't know if we have. Can we see the standings by any chance? Do we have those ready to go? Close the OnlyFans tab if you got that open. Don't want to be showing that off.
Don't show. Don't show something else. Oh, Dios mío.
So yes, you
Okay,
are
yeah.
correct, Laura.
Yeah.
They do have a
Yeah.
match in
Yeah.
hand as well, and yeah, Minnesota with that match in hand. And I tell you, Sporting Kansas City are playing a lot better football of late. LA Galaxy, they have 2 matches in hand on Austin FC. They are playing much better. of late, and they also have that head-to-head with Austin FC. So, yeah,
There's still chance.
Yes,
I mean,
this is. Do you like Austin FC's chances of reaching the postseason? Do you
if
think
they
they'll make it?
continue, no, if they continue playing like that, no. No, I think somebody else is gonna be like.
So if
okay,
they keep controlling
see ya.
matches as well as they controlled the match against FC Dallas, then it's not happening.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
They need to win. They need to win like at least 3 times to kind of like breathe. You know, like, okay.
Yeah, get a little bit of breathing.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe. But,
Miami is gonna make it to all playoffs.
oh, Miami, yes.
Okay, yeah.
We
Let's
talk about that. I think Miami with Messi, with Lord Messi.
Lord Messi.
Lord Messi, for me, I think they're gonna have the chance to be in playoffs. I have a feeling.
They got a lot of work to do, a lot of ground to make up. Now Messi. I read on the Athletic over the weekend. He will miss 3 matches on international duty with Argentina. Yeah, so
yeah,
that's,
because the qualifiers are coming up.
yes,
I know.
and so that's kind of a big deal that he will be missing 3 matches. It can't all be Messi. The other guys are gonna have to step up, right?
Maybe they will with the new philosophy, that the motivation that they have winning the Leagues Cup and everything. You never know. You know, the human mind can be tricky. And
Absolutely.
Maybe you never know.
So if they make it into the playoffs, are they the favorites to win MLS Cup?
Of course. Come on. Who doesn't see that coming?
I think if they get in,
Messi lovers.
So okay, Laura, now you're
a Messi fan.
You're Colombian though.
Yes.
And that's a rivalry.
I know.
Colombia versus Argentina.
You know,
So
I
what's going on?
hate them when we play against them, but I love Messi. I'm not gonna lie. I hate Dibu Martinez with all my soul. I don't think he's the best goalkeeper because he's not.
Yeah, I'm not big fan.
And I'm so happy FIFA came out with a new rule for Dibu, so it's amazing. I was happy that Argentina won the World Cup. Honestly,
Okay.
I was one of those that celebrated it.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
gonna lie. And then people were like, "Wait, we hate Argentina." And I'm like, I love Messi, so whatever. But yeah, I know. It sounds
It's like,
weird, isn't
this
it?
guy right here that usually sits in this chair right here, it's Chilean, right? And so
Oh,
he,
yeah.
the thing he always brings up.
We never liked Argentinians, though. Like, of course, they're the
Well-
ones to beat. But right now, can I tell you, that changed. So we used to be for the longest time like that, Colombians, until what happened in the World Cup in 2014 against Brazil. So we hate Brazilians on like the national team.
So they have risen
Neymar,
above.
all those, yes. We.
I have to say, my guy, Chelsea player, David Luiz, his goal in that game.
He-
Oh my! I
That
jumped
was
up to celebrate. I was so happy.
Yeah, but David Luiz is she's amazing. But
Thank
the
you,
fact
thank you.
that what happened with Neymar, you know, I used to love Neymar. I
I
have a
like
jersey.
Neymar.
I have a Brazilian jersey with Neymar's name on it.
You gotta pick one
But
team, Laura. You
after
can't like
that-
all of these teams.
No, but I'm telling you, after that, I'm like, okay.
Well, you
whatever,
almost
Brazilians.
killed Neymar in that game.
That's not true. He's salted.
Well,
That's
there
not
is some
true.
conspiracy
That's not
theories
true.
about
Yeah,
that.
he's
That's
salty.
an interesting.
That
That's
was
probably
it.
a whole other hour that we would talk on that one. Okay, so we have just 3 minutes to go.
3 minutes. Messi or Redes? But no.
Oh wow,
no.
that's the real question. That's the real question. That's what I've been racking my brains about. Who's better, Messi or Lord Redes?
I know.
So we got just
No,
3.
you can never compare. Come on.
How could you compare someone like Messi to Rodney Redes?
Never.
That's what I said.
No.
So we got just about 3 minutes to go.
Messi's like out of the world. I know.
Do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share as we're winding things down here?
I just can't wait to see what's gonna happen in Q2 with the World Cup movement.
I
don't
very
know
eager.
because I never. I'm lying. I did see what they did with Cecilio Dominguez,
Yes.
and that was amazing. I
Mm-hmm.
applauded that. So now that the World Cup movement, I'm just like, oh, what's gonna happen? You know, because what they did with Cecilio, it was amazing.
Mhm.
I applaud that.
Absolutely.
And then more than the. So,
So-
isn't that funny that it should be like, okay, we'll see if we're gonna win or not, and no more. I'm more about.
I actually-
in expectation about what's gonna happen in Q2.
I agree with you. That is what I'm most interested in going into Wednesday. So what's going to be your approach? Because usually when I get to Q2, I'm a baby. It's hot. I just head straight up to the press box. You're going to kind of walk around the stadium to kind of get a feel of what the crowd's looking like, to kind of see what the Wolf Out vibes are like.
We can't do that. We can't do that at the Q2.
Okay.
No, we can't. We
you
just
just
be
gotta
able to
go-
go to the spot and then call it a day. Or maybe go around outside of the stadium and you can do whatever you want in that sense. But you can't walk around and be like, okay, Wolf Out, and then, you can't do that.
Okay.
Because they just let you be into certain areas and then you just got to stick with that area.
Okay. So you're going to be on the field level. You're not going to be up in the press box.
I forgot what I applied for. I'm usually downstairs with.
Okay.
With
See,
Jorge.
I'm usually upstairs.
See, I don't mind being on the heat. I actually like it better because I get to see like the guys.
Well, up close
I
and
read
personal,
with. I sit down next to Jorge, so I'll be like, "Hey, look, he's mad," and then he's the one that like be like, and then Laura Gallo said that he was mad, and I'm like,
When
he
you're-
was only cheese man for you.
When you're sitting next to Jorge, you're sitting next to like one of the world's foremost experts on body language reading. Like he is as
and
good
I
as
am
it comes.
too. I am too. And then he would be like so like busy with his lenses and everything, like
that. No, that doesn't.
but
Jorge, come on.
I'll be like, look, and then he'll be like, oh, okay, and then he will be like,
So you're the one that tips him on all the good footage that he gets.
sometimes, but he always catches it all.
Okay, well I think it's about time to wrap things up here, Laura. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
You did the double feature. You did FCTV, Futbol En Vivo. That you are a very patient woman for sitting through
No,
both Jorge and
I love
myself
it. I
and
love it.
Miguelito all in one evening.
No,
That's quite a gauntlet.
You
right
know,
there.
soccer is my passion. I grew up with it, and I love it. Not only soccer, a lot of other sports.
Yeah,
but-
you're a multi-talented athlete.
Yeah.
I remember that from our previous show. But okay, it's going to be a fun week, hopefully. It'll be an interesting week at the very least. I'll say that. But yeah, thank you again to Laura. Thank you to our fans. Thank you to Club Deportes. Hey, we're going to do this again next week.
Thank you so much.